Welcome everybody to episode 3 of Beyond 2D. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. So today I have a themed episode, okay? It's very themed. What we're going to do is we're going to sit here, we're going to drink some coffee, and we're going to roast your guys' shitty anime opinions. So a while ago, maybe like a week or two ago, I asked you guys to tell me what your favorite anime are. Whether that's your favorite one, favorite few. There were some trolls. I read through some of them. There were some trolls, but there were some honest opinions, and I just want to go through them all and tell you my thoughts on your guys' favorite anime, tell you why most of them are shitty, and maybe I'll go through some of my favorite anime and tell you why they're my favorite anime. This might be a bit longer than the other ones, but, we'll see how it goes. So if you guys want to join in, listen along, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get started, okay? So, let's go over first, what is my favorite anime, okay? I don't count Naruto. I would say Naruto, but I don't count Naruto because I'm biased as fuck, okay? My first ever anime was Naruto. It's one of the big three. It was emotional, it was long. I don't count that. That's like number 0. Probably my favorite anime would probably have to be Attack on Titan or Vinland Saga, okay? Now hear me out. I'm not basic. They're just really, really, really good shows, okay? I've made a few videos about it in the past. They are 10 out of 10 shows, and you cannot convince me otherwise, okay? But going from that, okay, let me just prove that I have great opinions. Now let's get into some of your answers, okay? So first up, I think we have a troll. We have Overflow, okay? For those of you who don't know, Overflow is a gentai, and I made a YouTube video about it earlier, so if you want to see what it is, go check it out. It's about two sisters and a guy, and the two sisters really like this guy, okay? They really, really like this guy, and they will do whatever they want to this guy, and the guy will do whatever they want to her, or to them. And it's a show, okay? It's definitely a show. Next up, we got The Angel Next Door Spoils Me. I've never seen this one. I assume it's ecchi or super wholesome, one or the other. With the word like angel and spoils me, it could be anywhere from gentai to wholesome slice of life. Then Demon Slayer, super fucking basic. For those of you who know me, you know my opinions on Demon Slayer, okay? Demon Slayer is a pretty show. It's an enjoyable show, but it is far from a good show, okay? Season 2 was probably the best one, the Entertainment District. Everything else, super mid, super meh. And then we got Death Note. I mean, Death Note is definitely a interesting pick. It's a really good show, and I rep Death Note over Code Geass every day of the week. The second half really let me down, but it was still really, really good, like the whole thing with Nier and the other guy. Ending, obviously not the best, but still a fantastic show, probably like a 9 for me. Okay, here we go. Some of the trash, okay? Misfit of Demon King Academy. There's no way this is real. Your favorite show cannot be Misfit of Demon King Academy. There's actually no way, okay? You know how I know this is a troll? Because the anime itself is a troll. Misfit of Demon King Academy does not take itself seriously. It is so memeable. It is so just like parodied of the overpowered reincarnation story that like you can't take it seriously. You can't be like, oh my god, Anos is so cool. Look, he just killed a guy with his heartbeat. He just died but didn't die. Like, it's so far of a parody that, like, there's no way it can be your favorite. But if you do like the reincarnation stories, check out Mushoku Tensei. It's a 10 out of 10. Alright, we got some in its top 5, okay? So we got Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, The Angel Next Door Spoils Me, Quintessential Quintuplets, Ogaru, and Horimiya. Wow, okay. So I can tell you love your romance. That's definitely evident. I guess they are. I did ask for you guys' favorite shows, not which shows you think is the best, but really, like, Bunny Girl Senpai as number 1 favorite show of all time. I mean, out of all of these, I'd say Quintessential Quintuplets and Horimiya would be at the top for me. Okay, out of these 5, and even like out of all time, they would be up there and definitely like top 15 for sure. But Bunny Girl Senpai, really? Okay, that's interesting. Next up, of course, we got Overflow, Gotta love the memes. Redo of a Healer. Gotta love the memes. I actually never watched Redo of a Healer, but I've seen enough clips of it, and I've heard enough about it where, I mean, I know everything that happens, and I know everything that will happen, and it's one of those incel. It's the incel. It's the meme anime. People on TikTok love to meme it. Always go, oh yeah, if you really want a good show, check out Redo of a Healer. Check out, yeah, it's one of those shows where it was just so fucked up that like turned from being fucked up to just being like a meme again. Like, it's obviously not a good show. Okay, that's obvious. It's not a good show, but it's just so messed up, and just so much happens in it where it's just like you still just enjoy it. So it's similar to Domestic Girlfriend, but obviously on two very different scales. Domestic Girlfriend, it's all trash. Everything that happens is all like fucked up and weird, but like it's addictive. Okay, coffee break, 1 sec. Okay, Classroom of the Elite. It's a good show. Don't get me wrong, it's a great show. I enjoyed it. But being your favorite anime sounds super, not really incel-y, but it's like, for it to be your favorite show, you have to fucking love Ayano Koji, okay? You have to think that you're the smartest guy ever, and you have to think that you can be like him one day, okay? That just has to be the case. Because Classroom of the Elite, Season 1 was really, really good. Season 2 was pretty mid. Season 1 really, like, got you into the world, got you into the school, and like, oh my god, this guy's so smart. He outsmarts everybody, and like, he's super fucked up, and like, the whole society and system is fucked up, but he's gonna change it all. And then Season 2 comes around. You learn a lot more about Ayano Koji, which is I appreciate. But it also just gets like a bit weird. It gets a bit rapey, and it's still a really good show. Okay, don't get me wrong. If they ever come out with Season 3, I assume Season 3 is when he's gonna go against Class A, the white-haired girl, because she knows about the White Room, and you see that at the end of Season 2. I assume that's what's gonna happen, and it should be pretty good. But as of right now, I mean, being your favorite show, I mean, it's top 10 would be respectable enough, because I mean, it's just your generic shonen overpowered main character. So I don't know. More than a married couple, but not lovers. I don't know why people love this show so much, okay? Especially people on TikTok. I don't know. People fucking love this show. And, like, don't get me wrong, it's a good show. It's a cute show. But there's so many shows that just do it better. Okay? There's so many shows that do it better. Like, Dress Up Darling does it a lot better. If you want a less ecchi version, Quintessential Quintuplets does it better. I feel like everybody who loves More Than a Married Couple like got into anime when that was coming out, and that was like their first romance ecchi they saw, and so they just fell in love with it. That's my thoughts on Married Couple. Like, it was a good show, but like, to be your best. JoJo's, I mean, of course, JoJo fans will be JoJo fans, and come on, his name is Giorno Giovanni, and his profile picture is Dio, or Giorno, I don't know. Like, come on. Horimiya is the JoJo guy. He likes Horimiya. Yeah, Horimiya, you know my opinions on Horimiya. Horimiya is one of the greatest romance ever made, hands down. Bleach, I mean, you probably started with Bleach. Nobody who watches Bleach these days are like, oh my god, it's my favorite show ever. Unless you get into Blood War arc, I hear that's really, really good. But you can't really like Blood War unless you like the old stuff, and it's really hard to watch the old stuff these days, especially since your next favorite is Jujutsu Kaisen. Those are two very differently paced shows. Watching Jujutsu Kaisen and watching Bleach is like watching a fucking cheetah and then watching a turtle. Two very different ends of shonen. Okay, next person, Fairy Tail. This has to be a meme. If you like Fairy Tail, you must be 10 years old. Or it must have been your first one. It's... Oh, and now I'm reading their favorite character. I don't even know these characters. Irene? Who's Irene? I don't even know those characters. I watched Fairy Tail, okay? You can't say that I was unjust to Fairy Tail, okay? Fairy Tail's shit. I watched 50 episodes. I'm allowed to watch 50 episodes of a show and have an opinion on it. 100%. It's just so... I don't know. It feels like I'm watching like a children's show. It never feels impactful. Okay, that's a lie. It does feel impactful. Even I cried when Loxus left the guild. I cried when that happened, okay? It was sad. It was emotional. But that's all it is. Like, I don't like any character in Fairy Tail. Natsu is annoying. Happy is annoying. Lucy, terrible female lead. Urza, pretty annoying. Gray, pretty annoying. Like, there's no good characters, okay? Except for the hot white hair girl. The guild helper lady. She's good. Okay. This one. Oh, okay. We got, okay. These are very different realms of shows. Okay. First, this person likes Charlotte. Okay, Charlotte, people love Charlotte. It's a good show, but it never hooked me to be like, oh my god, it's my favorite show ever. It's good, and especially for the time it came out, it was good. But then it just kind of, like, the ending, like usual, just kind of shit the bed for me. Next up on this person's list, Citrus. I mean, of course, Citrus is top 10. Jobless Reincarnation or Mushoku Tensei. Again, 10 out of 10 show. But then you go into Fairy Tail. And then Redo of a Healer and Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm tempted to believe that because you put Redo of a Healer, that the Fairy Tail is also a troll. But how could you like Mushoku Tensei and Fairy Tail? They're two very, very different shows. And the Redo of a Healer meme and Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty overrated. Have I watched Bunny Girl Senpai? Okay, this isn't... I started watching Bunny Girl Senpai. I didn't get into it, also because I like dub. Alright, we got a Shonen Fiend next. We got Naruto, One Piece, Black Clover. So, how do I say this? Naruto is good. I mean, you're just a shonen lover. It's hard for... I couldn't get into Black Clover. I couldn't get into One Piece. Black Clover, again, Asta's super annoying, and the world, for the most part, didn't seem interesting enough. Like, the characters did not seem interesting enough. A lot of them just seemed like annoying side characters. Like, they all had one quirk, and that quirk was their whole personality. Like, the one guy who was super incesty with his sister, and then the other guy was, like, super depressed or whatever. The other person who likes to eat. They all had one quirk, and that was their personality, and I didn't like that. My Hero Academia, you must be 15. Okay, you must be 15. No. But seriously though, My Hero Academia, a lot of people hate on My Hero and say it's a shitty shonen. Granted, I don't think it's terrible. My Hero is a good show, but there are a lot of flaws. It does seem very childish at times. Like, it is annoying when they go back to the schooling. Like, they're like, oh yeah, let's have this insane fight. We're almost all dying, but then let's go back to high school. It's definitely gone downhill, but then in the latest season really picked back up. Like, that latest season was hype as fuck. Okay, that last fight scene and everything that's gonna come up, it's super hype. It's super interesting. Shigaraki's actually like a good villain. It's definitely gotten more interesting. Like, there was like a middle part there where it's just like super dumb, like the whole gentle villain, gentleman guy, like with the school festival. Overhaul, terrible villain. Eri, did not like her, care about her. The only reason why people like that season is because of Mirio and not Hawkeye, Night Eye, who's like the guy who can like see into the future with like the chess piece or whatever, the one who died. Spoilers. Next up, of course, we got Black Clover. I mean, Black Clover is definitely, like I said, the characters are just pretty annoying. Code Geass, I'm gonna get flamed for this, but I couldn't get into Code Geass. I tried watching it. It did not feel as good as Death Note. And I know people love it more than Death Note. A lot of people like it more, and if they've watched both, they like Code Geass more. But something about mechas, I've just kind of got sick and tired of mechas. They're just like, I don't even know why. There's not a lot of shows that I like that are mecha, or not a lot of shows that are mecha that I watch. But just like the whole aspect of mechas just make it so much less interesting to me, and I don't know why. And the whole concept of Code Geass was a lot less interesting than Death Note. Why? I don't know. I guess I'm just dark as fuck. Kaguya-sama and Classroom of the Elite. Again, my thoughts about Classroom of the Elite. Kaguya-sama, again, another show that I couldn't really get into, but I want to. I watched a few episodes, but I don't know, the narrator I found pretty annoying. And the will they won't they gets really old really fast for me. And the fact that they're both just like super perfect, I don't know. I couldn't get into it, but I do want to try. Oh, I see some good ones coming. Okay, first up, Date A Live. You must be memeing. There's no way you like Date A Live the most. I liked Date A Live when I was a child. When I first started anime and I was like, I need ecchi harems, Date A Live was good. It was fun. But if you want better harems, check out like Quintessential Quintuplets. I know I keep saying that, but it's the most recent one I watched, one I can think of most. And also, if you want better mecha, I mean, there's all the Gundam and Evangelion and stuff like that. I don't know what there is to like about Date A Live, okay? It's not action-packed, like, it is action-packed, but it's not like good action, it's not good romance, it's not good harem, it's not good ecchi. It's just such like a mid-show all around. Like a good 6 out of 10. Okay, hey. I see some good taste here. I see some very good taste here. Okay. Citrus, AOT, Vinland Saga, Oshinoko, SAO, and Edgerunners. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. You had me until the SAO. But granted, it's probably one of your first ones. And I respect that, okay? SAO does get a lot more hate than it deserves. And I believe it's a good show, okay? I believe that the first arc of SAO is actually good. And I believe that they are good concepts to some degree, but it's just executed so poorly. I hear that Our Realization or whatever and Ordinal Scale, the movie, they're good. But I never watched them. But Gun Gale was annoying. I did not like Gun Gale, and I did not like Elfheim Online. Of course, Elfheim Online was way too creepy, way too rapey. And Gun Gale Online, people liked it, but the guns just wasn't interesting. The villain wasn't interesting. It was just kind of weird. AOT and Vinland Saga, you know, they're top tier. Oh, wait. Did I say Citrus? I meant he said Chainsaw Man. Okay. Whoa. Really? Chainsaw Man? I don't think we've seen enough of Chainsaw Man for it to warrant being someone's favorite or even like top 10. It was a good show. It was well animated. Makima Mami, the opening was a banger. But I don't think we've seen enough of it to warrant it. Like, it's a super basic, it's a weird show, okay? Like, it's super weird. It's super gory. And like, I'm not one to be super sensitive to that stuff. Like, it's a good show, but it's only been 12 episodes and it's something where it needs more. It's my same opinion of Hell's Paradise, but I think Hell's Paradise is better just for the sole fact that like the world seems a lot more interesting, but it's just one of those shows where it just needs more. And I think Chainsaw Man will get more. I don't think Hell's Paradise will get more, but Vinland Saga, you know my thing about my opinion. AOT, Oshinoko. Oshinoko was a fantastic show. It was amazing. Season 2 was going to come out at the end of the year. I'm excited. The hype really died down for the show after episode 6, but I still think it's a really, really good show. Definitely top tier. And then Edgerunners, I never saw. I want to watch, but I don't know. It's one of those shows where it's because it won Anime of the Year last year, and I know it's going to be good, I'm putting it off. I can watch every trashy isekai, but if I know a show is good, I don't feel a need to watch it because it's not going anywhere. It will always be good. Sorry, coffee bake. Wow, okay, sorry. Fairy Tail must be a meme. ReZero, okay. ReZero is a good show. Definitely top tier isekai. Definitely one of the better shows out there. Season 1 was a bit... If it was left at Season 1, I'd say it'd be like a 7 out of 10. It was a good show, but not much there. Season 2 really developed all the characters. All the characters got a lot more screen time, a lot more backstory, a lot more in-depth character development. And the world also got more built and everything. Season 2 really made it like a 9 out of 10. And Season 3 is coming out, and the trailers look amazing. We got some more Code Geass. Kind of hard, but my fave anime is JoJo. Okay. I mean, that's fair. JoJo fans will always love JoJo fans. We'll always love JoJo. And then we got Akame ga Kill. Okay. Such a shit show. Such a shit show. I've gone back and rewatched it. It's so dumb, okay? Akame ga Kill is one of the stupidest shows. But I know why people love it. There's hot girls and they fight. Other than that, there's nothing to love. the weird romance, the weird characters, like I don't even know how to explain what the story is because it's just so random and they just pull up random shit out of nowhere. Like the Empire got this team and somehow they're a lot stronger than the Night Raid. And like the main boss doesn't really do anything, and spoilers for Akame ga Kill, everyone just fucking dies. The romance between the pumpkin girl, like the pinker girl, and the main guy was so just random and out of the blue. There was nothing to warrant that romance, and it didn't feel deserved. And then when she died, I was kind of happy. The best girl was the girl with the headphones. She also died. She got the fucking head on the stake. Like, it was just such a dumb show where nothing good happened. Now, this is my Akame ga Kill rant. 86, Goblin Slayer. Hacked Off. Destiny. I don't know what that is. Mushoku Tensei. Okay. 86. Couldn't get into it. Didn't like it. Goblin Slayer, again, couldn't get into it. Didn't like it. Goblin Slayer Season 2 is apparently going to come out. But that episode 1 was definitely, like, the only reason why Goblin Slayer, I feel like Goblin Slayer would have went under the radar if it didn't make such a bang with its episode 1. And then Mushoku Tensei, 10 out of 10. Easy. Silent Voice, Hunter x Hunter, and Death Note. The best of each genre. I mean, there's a lot more genres than 3, but Hunter x Hunter is probably one of the best shonen ever made. Death Note, again, really good seinen. Silent Voice, one of the greatest movies ever made, but I still like Your Name better. A Silent Voice does have a lot better characters, has a lot better of a story, but there's just something about Your Name. There's something about a Makoto Shinkai movie where it's just so impactful. It's the music, the rad wimps, it's the animation, it's just the fluidity of the animation, it's the art style. It's just something about it just makes it feel so impactful. Code Geass, redo of a healer, must be a meme. Attack on Titan, Citrus, Toradora, Demon Slayer. Okay, let's talk about Toradora. Toradora is a great romance. One of the first ones I ever watched, one of the first ones you guys should watch. One of the shows I feel that popularized the genre, like the whole character of a tsundere. Taiga was one of the first tsunderes, and it not felt deserved, but she did develop as a character, and she did really progress the story. And like, she wasn't like an unlikable tsundere. It was a really cute story and a really good anime. Next up, I don't know what JJBA is. Jujutsu. I'm actually, like, I feel stupid. Okay, More Than a Married Couple as a number 2. That's a hot take. Or Garu is number 3 for Attack on Titan. How could you have More Than a Married Couple at 2, but Attack on Titan at 4? Like, you can like More Than a Married Couple, but to say that Attack on Titan is below More Than a Married Couple is an insane take to have. Next up, Chainsaw Man and Dress Up Darling. Okay. Dress Up Darling was a really good show, but I don't think we're ever going to see a season 2 of it. It was a really good show. It was really cute, really wholesome. Marin was good girl, not best girl. She was good girl. And Gojo was like, I mean, he was a fine protagonist. It was a cute show, but I don't feel like it has that staying power that like something like Quintessential Quintuplets has, or Horimiya. I don't know. 86 again. Redo of a healer, more memes. Mob Psycho 100, actually a good take. Okay. Mob Psycho 100 is a really good show. I still haven't watched season 3, but season 1 and 2 were fantastic. Animation is flawless. It's peak Studio Bones. Story-wise, it's amazing. Characters are all really, really good. Okay, we got another top 3. Darling in the Franxx, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Quintessential Quintuplets. That is an awful list, okay? Awful list. Just for the fact that Darling in the Franxx is in there and as a number 1, okay? That show is so ass, okay? It's just a shithole from the start to the end. I bet you $1,000 if 02 wasn't in it, you'd fucking hate it. There's no way as many people would love Darling in the Franxx if 02 wasn't in it, okay? This one, we got One Piece AOT Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket was cute, but it's definitely a shoujo anime. Okay, what I mean by that is it's very, very shoujo. It's the most quintessential shoujo anime out there. It follows every trope. It sets the it's, I don't know how to explain it except for it's just the most shoujo anime out there. And like, I don't have anything against shoujo anime, but I didn't get too much enjoyment out of watching a bunch of hot guys go after one girl. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Golden Time was a decent romance anime. Definitely a newer, like not newer one, but definitely one that's different than the rest just because it's in college. It takes relationships and makes it more adult, makes it more realistic compared to all these high school romances where it's like, ooh, oh my god, he held my hand. But it's also still not the greatest romance, I'd say. It was definitely an enjoyable show, definitely a better show than most romance anime. But I don't know. Okay, this is another like wild list. Okay, Classroom of the Elite at number 1, Silent Voices at number 2, Horimiya, AOT, Oshinoko. The fact that you have Classroom of the Elite above those 4 amazing shows is absolutely wild, okay? How could you like Classroom of the Elite that much to put it at number 1? But then how could you also like a Silent Voice that much to put it at number 2? If you love a Silent Voice, there's no way you would also love Classroom of the Elite and love it that much and that much more. Oh, the 4? Silent Voice, Horimiya, AOT, Oshinoko, if you just had that as your top 4, I would accept that. But the fact that Classroom of the Elite is number 1 is such a wild thing. Like, what do you like about Classroom of the Elite that isn't satisfied by the rest? Is it because it's an OP main character? I would say that Oshinoko is an OP main character, because I mean he's like a 30-year-old man like taking high school courses. I sure hope he's like OP. I don't know. Next up, we got 7 Deadly Sins and Psyche K. Okay, you must only watch Netflix anime. That must be it. Is that a King profile picture? You like King? Okay, Connor, you need... Oh, Connor. King is by far not the best character. Second off, 7 Deadly Sins is... Don't get me wrong, it's a hype anime. I watched every single season of the 7 Deadly Sins except for like the most recent ones. It was really good. When season 1 came out, I loved season 1. Season 2 was pretty good too. But it just kind of went downhill and the animation just turned to shit. And it's just such a letdown. And then Psyche K, I mean, Psyche K was enjoyable, but to be like your top, definitely it's a unique take. I haven't seen anybody say Psyche K yet. I don't think I've ever seen anybody say Psyche K as their top 10, but it was a funny show. It was fun to watch, but I don't know. It just wasn't one of those shows where it was memorable for me. We got Angel Next Door again, Skate the Infinity, and then Snafu. So I never watched Skate the Infinity, but Snafu. I recently started watching Snafu again. I think I'm like halfway through season 1 and stopped watching a lot of it because for people to say it's their favorite, I don't see it. Coming off of something like Quintessential Quintuplets, it's just not filling the same hole. It's not filling the same gaping hole that Quintessential Quintuplets left, and the girls are a lot less likable. I don't know, with Quintessential Quintuplets, I felt that they were all really likable. We got High School of the Dead. I mean, to be your favorite is a bit wild, but it is a good show. It's enjoyable. I would say that Zom 100 is going to be a better zombie show, even though I've only watched episode 1, but that episode 1 of Zom 100 was an absolute banger. Don't toy with Miss Nagatoro as your top 3 for this person with Quintessential Quintuplets and My Just a Darling. You must love those tsundere nagging characters. Was an Itachi profile picture? Like, why couldn't you love Naruto? But Nagatoro top 3 is a bit wild. It was a good show. I liked season 1, but season 2 just got a bit repetitive. My Teeny Senpai is probably my favorite romance so far. That is a bad take. My Teeny Senpai, or My Small Senpai, or whatever, I think that's the show that's airing right now. I watched a few episodes. It's just one of those feel-good shows where it's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot better romance anime out there, obviously, like Quintessential Quintuplets, Horimiya, Toradora, Clannad. But it does feel less of a romance and more of just like a feel-good show. I see the appeal. The senpai is hot, and it does look really pretty, but I don't know. All right, let's scroll through all of these and see if we can find any interesting ones. Blue Lock on top. I mean, you have a One Piece profile picture. So, like, I don't know if your opinion matters. And you say Blue Lock on top is a One Piece fan? That is wild, okay? If you have a One Piece profile picture, I would have assumed you'd put One Piece at number 1. But Blue Lock, I mean, just a shitty sports anime, isn't it? Blue Exorcist. Okay, this is interesting. And Darwin's Game. Okay, Darwin's Game, that's shit. That shouldn't be up there. Blue Exorcist. Blue Exorcist is a good show, but nobody talks about it anymore because it's old, and it's just such a forgettable show. I feel like it's something that everybody watches at the start because it's on Netflix. It's convenient. It looks good enough. It sounds good enough. The story's good enough. It's enjoyable enough, and it's one of those shows where you just kind of forget about it, or you remember it, but it's always at the back of your heart, like, oh, I'll always look fondly back on Blue Exorcist because it was an enjoyable show. I liked watching it. Everybody I know who's watched it has enjoyed it, but it's never left that big of an impact to be like a top tier. Erased is a decent show with a shitty ending. Skate the Infinity again. Man, you gotta love your skateboarding anime. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of repeating. Okay, High School DxD, number 1. High School DxD is a really good show. Unironically, the dub for dub of High School DxD is a really good show and has a really good dub because the dub is so memeable. It's actually funny, and there's titties. Like, come on. There's big titties, there's small titties, there's ass, small ass, big ass. It's a good show. It's fun to watch. It's enjoyable, and it actually has a decent enough story to keep you engaged if you're not excited by the titties. It was just a fun show. It was like watching just a meme play out. It was definitely one of my favorite ecchis, and it definitely revolutionized the whole, not industry of ecchi, but the whole genre. It was very impactful. Okay, let's go through a few more, and then we'll go through some of mine. Quintessential Quintuplets, yeah, it's a great show. I'm still empty. Okay, I'm still trying to fill that void that Quintessential Quintuplets left, and nothing seems to fill it. Date Alive. I don't know why. Darling in the Franxx, awful. Tokyo Ghoul. Okay. Oh, and then another Tokyo Ghoul right here. Shit. Tokyo Ghoul is shit. Season 1 was pretty good. It was edgy. It was fun. Season 2, a lot worse. And then you got to Re, and Re was just so bad. Tokyo Ghoul Re just didn't really give you anything. It was good to see what happened, like to find out the story, like, oh, he's actually him, but because of that whole fight, he lost his memories or something. For some reason, that changed his hair color. It was fun to watch that, but it was just so bad. Like, a lot of the characters just really unlikable. I can see why if you liked it from just season 1, but just another one of those shows where it just gets worse as time goes on. I hear the manga is a lot better. The manga goes over a lot more things. It goes over a lot more detail, and I hear it's a lot better, but I'm never going to read it. It's still, it's one of those, like, I'm 14 and this is deep. Like, you like it because it's just edgy, it's cool. He turns white hair, he cracks his knuckles, like, he's cool. But other than that, like, the story pretty mid. Okay, sip of coffee. Okay, finally, we're gonna do this as the last one. We got Violet Evergarden. Let me talk about Violet Evergarden, okay? Violet Evergarden was a really good show. It was beautiful. It was... How do I describe it? It was beautiful. It was a good story. It was interesting. The plot was, like, a bit weird, but, like, weird enough to be interesting, but also not weird enough to be, like, super unrealistic. and it was super cute, and it was super, super depressing, okay? I still say that episode 10, or is it 10 or 11? I think it's 10, is probably one of the saddest anime I've ever seen. One of the saddest episodes ever. Okay, I have a story actually about it. So this is going into my past in high school. I used to get to high school super early because my parents used to drive me. Okay? I used to get there like an hour before school started, so I would have a lot of free time. And so sometimes, like, I need to take a shit. So I would go to the bathroom, I'd take a shit. And while I was taking a shit, I would watch anime. Sometimes it'd be random shitty Netflix anime, like I watched Be the Beginning, I watched Valkyrie Drive. I also watched Violet Evergarden, okay? So picture this. It's me, 7:30 in the morning, in a bathroom in my high school, taking a shit. I put on Violet Evergarden, episode 10. I was not fucking prepared for that. I am sitting there, shit coming out of my ass, sitting on a school toilet with tears flowing down my face, crying like a little bitch to this fucking cartoon. That episode hit so different. It was just so much deeper than every other episode. It just fucked me up so hard that I was crying while taking a shit in my school bathroom. Synopsis: it was a good show, but to be your favorite, you must love to cry. So that's some of the comments. A lot of them just kept repeating in that video. Now we're just going to go over a few of my favorites. Of course, AOT, Vinland Saga. Next up is Parasite. Parasite is, I feel like it's very underrated. People don't talk about it a lot. Not the Parasite Korean drama movie, Parasite the anime. It's a really, really good show. It's really action-packed. It's emotional. There's some romance. It's really gory. It's interesting. Like, there's a mystery of how they got there, and it was super, super fleshed out and felt like a really good length, I guess. I think it was 24 episodes or maybe 36. And it felt enough. They fleshed out the story. They fleshed out the characters where it got to a point where I was perfectly satisfied. I didn't want any more, didn't want any less. It was a perfect length show with a perfect amount packed in. It was really, really, really good. So if you haven't watched Parasite, watch Parasite. Next, of course, is Clanad. Clanad, probably one of my favorite romance ever, and it will be. It was one of my first ones. That show destroyed me again. This time, a different story, okay? I tend to never cry when I'm in the right place. I was on vacation, and it was vacation with my mom and sister. And this is like the summer where I first got into anime. Like, I was just watching Naruto, I was watching Sword Art Online, and I downloaded a show called Clanad. A lot of people recommend it. It was a cute romance. So I downloaded it, and I was watching it on this vacation. And I was enjoying it, right? It was cute. It was fun. It was slow, but like, I didn't really get into like those like whole like newer gen, obviously, because they didn't come out yet. But I was still used to like the Naruto slow, so I was perfectly fine with watching the slow season 1 of Clanad. But I get to the second season, and I'm sitting there. I was sleeping on like an air mattress or like a sleeping bed, however you want to call it, beside the bed of like my mom and my sister. And I'm sitting there at 2 a.m. in the dark while everybody else is asleep, crying like a little bitch because of season 2. Season 2 fucked me up so bad. It was just so dark and depressing and sad. And I'm sitting there crying in my sleeping bag on my air mattress while my mom and sister are sleeping right next to me. And it was just so heartbreaking and heart-wrenching, but it was still such a good show. Let's see. Is there any other ones that I want to talk about? I've talked about a lot of these. If you follow me on TikTok, which I assume most of you do because that's where my major following is, I just reached 30K. Thank you guys so much for that too. I've talked about a lot of my favorite shows on TikTok. And I also have a video on this channel about my top 10 favorite anime, but they've definitely changed. On that list, I had like No Game, No Life. Probably not in my top 10 anymore, but still one of the greatest isekai ever. If you want one where people are just smarter than everybody else, check out that. Not one of the greatest, one of the best, or one of the best isekai for sure, and definitely like a top tier anime in my opinion. See, it's a crime. It's an absolute crime that there's no season 2, and there probably never will be. But that's probably about it. That's all I can think of right now, and I don't feel like getting out a list. I'll probably make a full-length video, or at least a TikTok, going over my top 10. Like, I need to write them down, I need to organize them, I need to organize my thoughts about it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me sitting here for 40 minutes just shitting on your guys' shitty anime opinions. But at the end of the day, I'll always stand by the opinion of you can like whatever show you want, and who cares what other people say. You should care what I say, but that's different. If you enjoyed this, if you want more stuff like this, if you want actual video, like videos or TikToks of me just doing a list shitting on you guys, or tell me what you guys want me to say in the comments. Tell me what you guys want me to talk about on TikTok. You can try to DM me on TikTok if you have a suggestion. If I see it, I'll answer it. I really appreciate all the support you guys are giving me over on TikTok and here on YouTube. And if you guys want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I don't do much on there, but I'd appreciate a follow on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok, whatever you guys want to follow me on. No pressure. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a rig. Signing off. No, okay, that's cringe. I can't say that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.